The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at wrestlingwithjohners.com.
And welcome to another episode of Toilet Side Wrestling Talk. Today's guest hails from New Zealand and began wrestling in 2018. Worked for such promotions as Southern Pro Wrestling, Warrior Wrestling, Impact Pro Wrestling, and I could go on. He's the current SPW New Zealand Heavyweight Champion. He's also held the IPW New Zealand Heavyweight Championship. Just recently, PWI ranked him number 384 in their annual Top 500 list, and he shared the ring with the likes of Slade Mercer, Charlie Roberts, Jake Sheehan, Marcus Cool, Shane Sinclair, Will Stone, and I could go on, but I won't. So let's welcome today's guest, someone who comes from a land that I will never see in person. Spoiler alert, I have a fear of flying. I give you the big man, Jamie Tagataese. Hey, Jamie, how are you?
Good, thanks, man. How are you?
Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Or tonight.
Great having
What time? What are you in New Zealand?
Yeah, in New Zealand right now.
So what time is it there? Afternoon?
So it's 2:30 right now.
Oh,
PM.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Geez, in the middle of your day. All right. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start up by saying there may be points where you say, God, this guy is ignorant. And the reason is because I'm ignorant. So if I ask a question that's a little like I should know the answer, just bear with me. I apologize in advance. Where in New Zealand are you?
In Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any ill will between New Zealand and Australia?
Yeah, there's massive
Your smile said enough.
Yeah.
And even more just now. So what's the climate like there where you live in Auckland?
Yeah, right now we're in the middle of spring, so it's getting warmer now. Yeah, we just come off winter, so yeah, we're just adjusting to the new weather, and it's better warm now.
Sure. And are you guys under any like COVID restrictions still?
Ooh. Yeah, man. Ever since August, we've been fine for like a long time until last August when we went into level 4 for like 5 weeks, and right now, just for Auckland, I think we're on level 3, and the rest of New Zealand's in level 2.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, that's inconvenient. So has that like drastically cut the number of bookings you have?
Yeah, definitely. Like bookings and also trainings as well. Gyms are closed, so that sucks. But
God! So what do you do? What do you do in place of going to train somewhere?
Pretty much I just work out after. Luckily for me, I'm an essential worker, so after I finish work, I go train at some whatever park or nearby stairs I can get to, and I've got a few weights in my garage, so I do a bit of that. So yeah.
So you've been home more this year?
Yeah.
Do you have? Are you married or have any children?
Oh no. Far
Oh,
from it.
you're so lucky. You're so lucky. Keep it that way as long as you can. Um, have you always been? Did someone else give you the nickname the Big Man?
Honestly, it was just like every time social media mentioned me or like
Uh-huh.
whatever promotion mentioned me, just like, oh, the undefeated, the big man. Oh, the big man's at it again. The big man wins again. And I'll be like, oh, okay, the big man. It is. Yeah, they call like a lot of big guys the big man, but I was like, but no one's really claimed it to be the
Yeah,
nickname.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take it. Yeah.
Were you like a big man when you were growing up?
I always thought I was a pretty big dude, but like not until after I finished college or high school that I
Uh-huh.
really like start to expand.
Oh, were you like working out in high school at all?
Nah, not at all. It's just more like after high school I got a
You
job, so
grew?
I got to buy my own food, and then yeah, that's
Oh
where it
yeah, totally. You can
yeah,
eat whatever you want.
yeah,
Where
exactly.
did you grow up near where you're living now?
Yeah. I've like born and raised where I'm at right now, so yeah.
And did you have like siblings and a big family at all in
Yeah,
the
so I've
area?
oh yeah, I have two younger brothers. I'm
Okay.
the oldest, two, three, and yeah,
Oh wow.
we've been growing
Are
up together.
are you bigger than your brothers?
Oh, my second younger one is a bit bigger than me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like a
Um,
lot.
could you in a one-on-one fight easily defeat, and I'm talking like a real fight, easily
Yeah,
defeat your younger brothers?
nah. My that guy's the fighter. That guy's
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay, that
yeah.
was honest of you. Your brother should, feel good about hearing that. So as a kid, what were you? So you were a little bigger than everybody else
Yeah.
your age, and so what was your personality like?
Oh, it's just like cheesy. I would say younger me was a little cheesy than I am right now. I'll go uh, pretty much just the class clown back in
Oh,
school.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Would people people that like you don't keep in touch with from high school? Would they be surprised that you're a pro wrestler?
Oh man, everyone in New Zealand that knows me is surprised. Like,
Really? What's
like
the
in
why?
I mean, because in New Zealand, stereotypically, Samoan Kiwi born is normally known to go off playing rugby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that they found out that I'm doing pro wrestling, they're like, "What is pro wrestling in like New Zealand? Is that like WWE stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Damn,
so
that's
funny.
crazy."
Did you
Yeah. Oh,
what
sorry.
sports did you participate in any like organized sports when you were growing up?
I don't play much sports competitively, just like just for fun, like rugby and
Yeah.
stuff. I did play rugby once for my last year of high school, but then that was it. That was just for fun. But yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't a sporty guy.
So what was fun for you?
Just hanging out with mates, eating. Uh, Yeah, just normal high school kid chasing girls, eating, and hanging out with the lads and whatnot.
Were you successful with the ladies? You don't have to get into any detail unless you want to, but was it
No.
easy? Because you're a good-looking guy, I imagine, and
Well, thank
I
you.
was smaller, but the same size nose. So women were not coming anywhere near me. But so was it pretty easy for you?
No, I wouldn't say it was easy. I
Easier
mean, I
than
was,
me.
yeah, I was actually real shy when it came to that stuff. But like, I was just
When
silly dude.
when did you start using like your size to your advantage? Was that when you started training?
Yeah, pretty much when I did wrestling and I found out that my size came in use for a lot of things and I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
do this and that. I was like, damn, that's cool.
When
So I
did
tried to
you
keep on doing that.
when was the first time you discovered wrestling? Like on TV?
Oh yeah, that was like definitely when I was a little kid. It was
Uh-huh.
funny because for some reason I still remember the day I first saw it. I was like in my parents' room just jumping around and whatnot. and then my dad was channel surfing through like what 4 channels on TV back then.
Yeah,
And then yeah, he just stopped WWF at the time. And man, honestly, I could remember just seeing a massive red screen and the most like biggest dude with the most coolest mask and coolest hair came out. I was like, damn, who is that guy? And it was Kane. It was Kane, you know.
yeah,
and then,
yeah.
yeah. And ever since then, I was like, whoa, this is cool. And then yeah, I fell in love with wrestling ever since.
What was your dad's reaction to it? Had he
Oh,
seen it before?
Yeah, he's seen it. He's seen it before, but like I haven't seen it before. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then your
glad he's seen
mom, was she a fan?
Sorry?
Was your mom a fan?
Oh yeah, she was a fan a long time ago, but no, not anymore.
And then finally, were your younger brothers wrestling fans as well?
Yeah, they were definitely fans when they were younger too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you finished high school. What
Yeah.
was your plan for after high school?
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
the
have
thing.
one, or did your parents have one for you?
I actually didn't have a plan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to be after high school. I was real blank. A lot of my mates had no idea, but they were still going to uni just to, impress their parents and whatnot. So I was
Sure.
like, man, I don't want to waste my time if I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I kind of just went straight to working with my mom and other jobs just to help them out until I realized, man, I want to do wrestling now. So.
Expecting an 18-year-old to know what they want to do with the
Yeah,
rest of their lives and, pick the
Yeah.
school to do that. I mean, 18's a kid.
It's crazy.
Okay, so do you remember the moment you said to yourself, I'm going to go look for a trainer?
Yeah, I do. Man, it was buzzy because I was working literally this 9 to 5 job at KFC.
Mm-hmm.
It was just one random day where I was just mopping the floor, and then I was just like, man, is this what I'm gonna amount to? Just this for the rest of my life? I don't even know what I want to do. And
There's only so many biscuits you can eat from there. Those are awesome, by the way. But go on.
Yeah, and then I had to really like dig deep and like study what I'm actually good at, and then what I can do with that ability or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm good at dancing. I was pretty good at dancing, specifically Samoan dancing, because I joined Samoan group back in high school, and I was really good at that. And that was the only thing I could think of. And I was like, man, I can't really make a living out of Samoan dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to really dig deep. Was it the dancing that I was good at? And then like long story short, I found that it was more performing. It was the rush to entertain people that was my passion. I was like, wow, yeah, that is really what I like to do. It was more like entertaining people and performing really. So then I was like, hey, what's one form of entertainment or performing arts that I can really like put my all into it? And that's when I was like, damn, it's pro wrestling. Because ever since I found out about pro wrestling that day, my dad went onto that channel, WWF and whatnot. I actually wanted to be right there and then. I actually wanted to be what Kane was, which was a WWE superstar. But living in New Zealand, in little Avondale, Auckland, it was like, man, the dream is all the way over there, and I'm all the way here. So it was like really like near impossible to even be one. So yeah, I kind of like stopped thinking of stopped chasing that little dream until that day where I found out, man, I'm doing nothing. Might as well just go for it and look up to wrestling. So yeah, it was more like I have nothing to lose. Wrestling, I found out that wrestling's performance is my passion. Wrestling's the outlet. So yeah, I had to look it up, and then I found Impact Pro Wrestling and applied for their trial, which was like coincidentally like 2 weeks away from the day I applied. So
were your parents on board with this?
My dad doesn't mind what I do. Like he was like, okay, son, okay, go do whatever. And then my mom's like, are you serious, bro?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because man, they're honestly like, what do you call it? Like tradition, like real Samoan parents, strict, that, and especially my mom, and she was like, this is not gonna. She wasn't really like obviously, I was thinking the same thing too. Like, where am I gonna go from doing wrestling here in New Zealand But I was like, oh, I'm just gonna give it a crack, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll quit and whatnot. But yeah, in the beginning, my mom wasn't really on board with it. But then the more I went to training, and the more she saw that I was real committed to this, she was like,
Sure.
okay, this is for real. This is not a phase for you. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then and then she saw the commitment that I put in, and then both her and all my family were on board with it, and now I have the support right now, which is really cool.
Did you were there many like schools to pick from? You know,
Yeah. So
oh,
I
okay.
looked up, yeah, there's heaps of promotions in New Zealand, which is crazy. Like you don't know, like literally all my life I didn't know there was pro wrestling in
Not
New
even
Zealand.
one.
Yeah, you go on Google, you type in, pro wrestling in New Zealand, and bang, all these promotions come up, IPW, SPW, all the
Yeah.
there's
How did you
people.
pick?
I just chose the first one that came on. The
Oh,
first link.
okay.
I was like, oh, first link's always like the most viewed or whatever. Apparently, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I just clicked on that. And, yeah.
so at this point in your life, so you get like accepted into training, like they review something and then say, we'll accept you, something like
Yeah.
that.
So I saw their trial. I applied by messaging them. They
Mhm.
said yes. This is the fee. This is what you have to bring. Pretty much just you go into the trial, and then after they message you if you've made it or not to their
Okay.
classes. And then
Did,
fortunately, I did.
did you feel after the workout, did you feel confident you were going to get called?
So, no, I don't know.
Or you can't
Man.
answer that?
Oh no, I remember when I was done, I was like, man, that was like that's gotta be one of that was the most hardest thing I put my body through physically ever. Like I've never done anything like that at the IPW trial, which was really like just
So when you walk through the door at the beginning of the day when you're just first of all, were you nervous on your way there to
yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I expected the worst going into that trial. I was like, I even did a whole heap of research. I saw
Yeah.
that video of Triple H doing take a bump, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
my
like, okay. So I need to practice bumping. So I would like do my runs, and then try to bump on the grass and try to
Oh
like practice all these
jeez.
moves. Oh, I know. I knew if I could handle that, then I could probably handle the race.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's a good point.
yeah.
Were you in when you were going to train or to for the tryout, did you think you were in good shape going in?
I was definitely not in good shape. Like,
Okay. Were you
yeah,
nervous about if that was gonna like play a part?
yeah. I was definitely nervous that I wasn't gonna like get through the whole tryout, But
Uh-huh.
I also had that mentality where I was like, I got nothing to lose. If I
Yeah.
embarrass myself, I'm just in front of people I'll never meet again.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did,
So I was
were
like,
there
stop
many
it.
were there
Sorry?
many people at the tryout?
Honestly, like, it was so funny. Like that trial was like the biggest trial they've had yet,
Uh-huh.
in IPW, which was pretty cool. And it was honestly, I always remember that trial date because, like, all my life, growing up Samoan Kiwi, you a lot of people you grow up around intermediate to high school, and then a lot of people kind of like mock you for still watching wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, we all watch rugby. Why do you still watch WWE? I'm like, it's fun. But anyways, I come to the trial and I meet everyone there loves wrestling, and then it was
Yeah.
the first time I felt like, man, I get to talk about wrestling like full force.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so it was
amazing.
real cool. Yeah, it was real cool to just step into that trial and then meet a whole heap of people that had the same passion as me. So it was
Do
real cool.
they treat, bigger guys differently than the smaller guys? Or everyone's doing the exact same thing?
Yeah, everyone's doing the exact same thing. The rolls, the massive bumps, and the high flying stuff. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, luckily I was able to do some of it, so that was cool.
Yeah. Did you have to
Yeah,
change your diet at all? Like, did someone ever say to you, listen, you got to start eating better and get in shape?
yeah. Our trainer Alfred Valentine, he was the one that was taking the trial. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he definitely advised us that this whole industry of pro wrestling you definitely something you have to be fit for,
Uh-huh.
physically, mentally, and emotionally. And yeah, I was also prepared to do that after if I were to make that tryout. So yeah,
You know
still
what?
trying.
I'm sorry if this is out of order, but is
No,
wrestling popular in New Zealand?
it's definitely growing. It's definitely
Okay.
growing from when it really started here. But yeah, IPW and SPW and Warrior Wrestling Academy, those
Uh-huh.
three are definitely growing, making a name for themselves in New Zealand and also around Australia. They also know about us too, which is cool. But
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
definitely growing. It's definitely growing.
Okay. I'm sorry. We'll get back to your training. That just
No, it's fine, it's
popped in my mind. So, how long did it take you to feel comfortable in the ring?
fine. Ooh, comfortable.
Or are you comfortable yet?
Oh yeah, I'm yeah. I guess I guess I could say is that I'm always I'm always nervous you
Uh-huh.
know, before every match because I don't know why. It's just yeah.
Do you get excited waking up on the day of a match for your match, or is it like I have to work tonight?
nah. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Okay.
Every time it's show day, I'm like, yo, it's show day. But like at the same time, I'm also nervous because I'm like anything could go wrong. But as long as I stick to my guns, what I've been taught, and I feel okay and safe with who I'm working with, then I know it's gonna be a good night and a good match.
But you
But yeah,
still get like pre-match nerves.
yeah, that's just me. I just
Hmm.
get nervous no matter what. But my trainer always say if you're not nervous, you don't care, so that's good.
Do you
So
know
while
anyone? Do you know anyone who just is not nervous at all? Is like cool, from
oh
start to
yeah,
finish.
there's definitely some guys pretty much veterans in the vets in New Zealand
Yeah.
wrestling. They definitely just like chill out and just like you ready? Yeah, cool. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, all right. You guys all right? Yeah, yeah. I was like, man,
Oh
how do
wow.
you do
Is that
that?
what you aspire to,
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
it'll come naturally?
I honestly hope so. Like I've learned a lot, but like I feel like I could learn everything and still be nervous
Yeah,
before.
yeah, totally. It's just like how you're
Yeah,
programmed.
yeah, it's just yeah.
Okay,
But
day one of training. How long until your first match?
I trained for a whole year.
Oh wow.
I started training around Jan and then made my like kind of like debut in December that year.
Did you
And
tell
then
someone you were ready, or did they tell you you were ready?
um I think they definitely saw that I was ready because we did a lot of practice matches
Okay.
during our trainings, and then later on they would tell me that this is where they're gonna book me.
Hmm.
This is what I'm gonna do. And I'll be like, cool, I'm ready.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
and plus they always teach us to be ready as well if they think you're ready. So that's cool. That
uh-huh.
was, you know.
Did your footwork from dancing help you in the ring?
Yeah, like when I mentioned that I was a dancer, they said that would definitely help with like
Yeah.
keeping in rhythm and pacing myself. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And yeah,
Hmm.
it definitely came in handy with like oh the motion of the movements and whatnot and the
Yeah,
sequences
yeah.
of matches. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Day of first match. Do you have anyone in the audience, friends, family?
Yeah, I had my mate that was there. Yeah,
But
yeah, I had
were
two of
you
them.
not ready to have like the family
Yeah,
come okay.
yeah. I was thinking already, but like, yeah, my two mates found out about it, and they wanted to come, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was funny because I came in as a heel,
Uh-huh.
so I received a lot of boos, which was good. But then my mate all the way at the back was like,
Oh
"Damn!"
yeah, totally.
I was like, "No, hands
You're
down, bro."
rooting. Did you see them?
Yeah. I saw it.
Jeez.
And I saw him all the way down there. I was like, man, I'm gonna give you a high after this.
That's hilarious. Did
Yeah.
you have to? How long till you let your family come?
Probably a few months afterwards until like, yeah, I got my family. Actually, I got my family, because during as before I made my actual debut, they also made this IPW made this like mini show just for like the students to display
Oh,
their skills, and it
yeah.
was just like a family friend invite only.
Uh-huh.
So we could only invite our family and friends, and I invited my whole family and that, and they came to watch my little amateur match and whatnot.
Did
Yeah,
they
they
love
really
it?
liked it. They loved it. My mom, man, she's honestly like my number one supporter. It's funny how like in the beginning,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, yeah, now it's all switching and now she's long. She's
Is she
literally the loudest.
vocal?
Sorry.
Is she vocal? A vocal
Oh,
fan?
definitely vocal, man. It's crack up. Like some like
Do you
one
ever
like
look
some,
over and see her and get thrown off at all?
yeah, I do. I see her like I try to look away from. Once I spot her, I'm like, okay, that's the place I'm avoiding.
Yeah, totally, totally. Did
You're not
you like
looking.
have any experience like speaking in front of people prior to wrestling?
Nah. That was one thing I was definitely scared of doing. It. That was the promos. I
Is
was like,
that part of
man.
training?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to practice that a lot, which was really good.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think our first promo training, they told us to go home and shoot a 30-second video. This is your opponent. This is
Uh-huh.
the date. This is the show. Uh, Work your character, and then yeah, and I got my mate. I got my mate who I'm like definitely comfortable
Uh-huh.
doing this in front of. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, sure.
it was definitely a weird vibe. Like you know, acting out a certain character. It was like, man, this is crazy, but this is what I
Yeah,
love to do.
especially when you're in your home. You're not
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
an environment. Did how many takes did you have to
Uh,
do?
the amount of like short clips my mates have,
Uh-huh.
it's just funny. Like looking back at it because I've been doing this for like I think this is my 5th year now.
Uh-huh.
Since I actually debuted, and then like looking back at those first promo clips, man, it's funny.
Can you watch your matches back?
Yeah, I can watch my matches back, but only for like the first time.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. And
only
then
for
you
the
won't
first time just to like catch like the whole match and then like see where I could have went from there and there, and then after that I'm like, oh no.
did you do film study like of other pro wrestlers?
Oh, yeah. It's funny, It's funny. Before I even started doing this wrestling thing, I've always watched WWE as a fan, but then now, I watch the matches like, okay, oh yeah, I see where they went there.
So
You can't
so
study
can
it.
you not watch as a fan anymore? Like, is
I
that
can't.
difficult?
It is. It's pretty hard to watch as a fan now, but like if the storyline is like really interesting, then I
Yeah.
can just like forget that I'm studying the storyline and just fall into the storyline. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
Is it is it do you wish that you could still watch it like as like a young kid?
Yeah, I do. But then this is honestly the dream to this is the dream. This is my dream that I want to pursue and studying it, looking at it as in a way where I'm studying is the best way to go at it right now.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. It's your
Yeah,
craft.
yeah.
How far are you typically traveling for shows?
I've only been traveling within New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just from here down to South Island, back just for the yeah.
So where would you, okay, you can I give you a plane ticket. Where in the world would you want to go to train or wrestle?
Oh, I don't know, somewhere in America where it's
Oh,
closer
okay.
to.
If you're good
Yeah,
with kids, you
hopefully.
can come live with me. There's some places, but whatever. No, you don't want to do that at all. Um, So, okay, PWI 500.
Ah, yes.
How did you? Okay, well, first question is, do you look at that as an honor? Like, is that something you get excited about?
that that man, that was such a cool moment for me
Oh,
to
so lucky.
even be mentioned in that PW. Oh man, honestly, it's so funny because I work graveyard and then I sleep throughout the day,
Uh-huh.
and then like I woke up to like a lot of messages like from all my wrestling mates saying, "Oh, hey man, congrats on the PWI, congrats on the PWI 500." And like, no offense, but I was like, thank you, man, appreciate it. What's the
Yeah,
PWI 500?
that's insane. It's a fraction of the wrestlers in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you did you how long before you saw like the write up?
Um, cause I was asking around, I was like, thank you. What's the PWI 500? I thought it was just another list. That
Oh, you had
New
no
Zealand
idea what
wrestlers.
that was.
Yeah, I didn't know what it
Or
was.
the history.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought it was just another list of New Zealand
Yeah.
wrestlers. Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And what's the PWI 500? And they were like, what? You don't know what that is? And it's like it's like the list or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then they'll like pop me the link, and I'll look into it. I'll buy the issue, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy smack! This is like they have WWE wrestlers in this list, you know?
Oh, they have WWE wrestlers who are behind you on the list.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
gonna ask you. Do you, when you get the actual magazine or the digital copy, do you look first to see who's ahead of you or who's behind you? Or do you even care?
No, I definitely care. Like, I actually looked at like a lot of names behind and after me. You know,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
so I was looking at the wrestlers behind me. I was like, nah, there's no way that
Uh-huh.
I'm like, nah, I should. If anything, I shouldn't even be on the list. You know, I was like, I can't. Like,
Are you able to separate, yourself from and leave yourself and say, wow, I'm a pro wrestler? Like me, but I'm a pro wrestler in this list.
yeah,
Like be proud of yourself, I mean. Can you do that?
yeah. And yeah, on that day, yeah, I definitely was like, I definitely stepped back and I was like, whoa, wow, this is really cool. It's
Yeah,
such an honor and a
I mean,
privilege.
that's one of the measuring sticks.
Yeah, definitely. And I was like, to even for them to even like know me, I didn't even know anyone knew me from outside of New Zealand. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe Australia. I get that. I was like, man, like, damn, that's
Was
crazy.
your family did you get any paper copies?
I got one of my wrestling mates. Like his name's Matt. He's real cool. He was like, bro, I'll order us a paper copy. I was like, oh, for real, thank you, man. And so that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that you keep it like in mint condition.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try because I haven't seen him since the COVID thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully he's got it, and then, yeah, I can get my hands
Oh,
on it.
that's awesome. Well,
That's real
congratulations
cool.
on it. I
Thank you
mean,
so
it
much.
truly is an
Honestly,
amazing thing.
definitely,
Um,
yeah, the
I,
highlight.
it's the equivalent of the NBA's putting out the top 75 players of all time thing. They're making a big deal about it. That's the
For real.
equivalent of it in your industry. You're one of the best. Okay, enough about puffing you up. Okay, has wrestling? So we talked about earlier. You don't have children, luckily. You don't have a wife. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, at this
Man, you're living the dream. So,
time.
so does wrestling affect your personal life, or is that your personal life? Wrestling.
I got no. I'm definitely like doing well, doing both.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think I've got everything balanced quite well.
Okay.
With wrestling and my personal life, like unless it's someone's funeral or something
Mhm.
like that, but then nothing comes in the way of show day.
Yeah.
When my family knows it's show day, they can't get me for
Have
whatever.
you ever had to unwillingly turn down a booking?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Nah.
that's great.
Yeah,
That's
unless
awesome.
it clashes with another, unless it already clashes with another show, then
Oh, okay. Do your brothers wrestle or express any interest in wrestling?
Nah, they're not really. They were into it. They were a fan of it when we were younger, but yeah, they grew up. they grew out of it.
Snobs.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wrestling snobs.
Yeah.
I was a closet wrestling fan during high school. I shouldn't have been because I didn't get any girls, and that was the purpose that I didn't talk about it. All right, I'm gonna let you go soon. It's the middle of the day. You need to get some sleep, apparently. I mean, as you said, you sleep during the day. Can I ask you 5 yes or no questions that have nothing to do with wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever eaten horse meat?
Yes.
Really? Is it good?
It tastes just like pork, just a little chewy.
And what do you eat it with anything, like any types of sauces or anything?
No, I only had horse once, and that was from my Tongan mate. She brought it over, and then I had it with Tara, and it was pretty nice. I was like, man, I can't believe it. Yeah.
Like you wouldn't turn it down if you went to a friend's house and they served horse sandwiches.
Yeah, I kind of eat everything, so.
Oh, okay. You don't eat anything. So you're saying people shouldn't get their hands near your mouth because you might dig in. Okay. Question number 2: can you cry on command?
Oh. I can definitely act out the crying, like, dude.
Okay.
But I can't have the tears come out. I don't think I can. I've never tried.
I count that as a correct answer. Okay, for $1.7 million, or the equivalent in New Zealand, is ignorance again. Would you name your first son Mary Beth?
Mary Beth.
Your first son. $1.7 million.
No.
Okay, all right. He's a lucky kid. Are you easily angered by children? I'm sorry, it's very children-centric.
No, kids are cool. I haven't seen Nicky, so that's cool.
You will be. And finally, will you be making the trek to Los Angeles next May for the 2022 California Mermaid Convention?
No.
No. All right. Neither am I. 5 for 5. You did awesome. Jamie, are you wrestling anytime soon?
No, not that I know of. Not until we go into at least level 2.
Okay. So are you still holding 1 belt or 2?
Oh no, I've got nothing.
You have nothing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna circle back. Did you ever, when you did win championships, wear it around the house? You know what I mean? Go to dinner.
Nah. I was they were definitely I always treated them with wow, prestige.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So I would just lay them. I would just have them in my room and let them sit there, and I wouldn't take them around and whatnot. I would just feel like I don't know, offending someone or
company. You're not like me.
Really, yeah.
All right, okay, that's good to know. Well, anyways, thank you so much for coming on. I know this is an odd time of the day for you. But I'm super grateful. This was great talking to you, and hopefully we can do it again, especially if you come to the United States at any point. But
hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. All right. Anyways, stay healthy and stay safe and stay away from women unless you have protection because it'll ruin your life.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
That's the best advice I can give you. All right, Jamie, you take care.
See you. Cheers.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.